Hey everyone, have I here bro? Video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing our full breakdown and some fun little team builds for the Dokkan Festival exclusive Glorio. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And as usual, we're going to quickly start off with the card arts, which really isn't all that special, right? We have a pretty basic SSR, really no effects, just a background there, and then a TUR with some nice effects, pretty standard. Overall, so again, decent, good, looks basically right out of the anime, but that's not what makes this unit special. What makes it special and a fantastic unit, it's kit. Let's quickly go over HP, attack, and defense with 19.3, 16.3, and 11.3. Solid stats there. And then it's only on 5 categories. So you might go, well, why is this such a good unit if it's only on 5 categories? Well, the nice thing about its passive, we're going to go through that in a second, there's really no restrictions to make any of these categories. You can just drop them into any of these teams here and make those teams incredibly better. So let's dive into the details here. The first thing that I want to point out is I believe this is the second time that we have seen a leader skill like this with a single category at 200% and then the rest at kind of like a normal Dokkan Festival exclusive 170 and 30%. So I believe the only other Dokkan Festival exclusive TUR that has this type of leader skill is Master Roshi, I think. And this is the first one that I've seen, of course, with a new category, because this is basically what a Carnival unit has, right? A Carnival unit has a 200% to 1 category, and now we're seeing Dokkan Festival exclusive units having this, so this is very strong here. But the biggest surprise is that it's so new. So demonic power, key plus 3, HP attack defense 200%, and then battle wits accelerated power, or battle key plus 3, 170%, and then the 30% boost to Dragonball Seekers. So interesting design, but pretty good. We'll look at the teams, and the teams look really solid here. So super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and then lowers attack and defense. And then this is something that we've never seen before. This looks like it's new. So I'm guessing that we might see more of this in the future, is you have a stacking ability that's not tied to the greatly raises right here. It's just a separate benefit. It says key plus 9 and defense 6% in battle. I don't have this verified yet. I'm guessing this 9% isn't SA multiplier, it's part of, you know, boosting this up here. That's what I'm assuming and kind of how I'm reading this. But anyway, so this has a stacking effect, but not as major as like a 30% defensive boost, etc. So it'll be interesting to see what his stats are if he just continue to do super attacks, which he does a lot of. So by the way, I try to color coordinate some of this stuff here. I think it looks okay. So passive skill, entrance animation, you launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack for 1 turn of its character's entry turn. So they have a 70% chance to boost up here and then get this extra greatly raises attack and defense. I think that's fine, right? Just to start off, because you want to start boosting this up. But here's the interesting thing about this unit here, right? It is a support leader. So this green line right here is the most important thing. So really, you're not going to run this in first position. You're running in 3rd position. I'm skipping ahead. Let me read through the rest. Key plus 3 attack defense 200%. Launches additional attack, has a high chance of becoming a super attack. High chance of evading means enemy super attack. So these are 50% and 50%. Launches additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack as a 2nd or 3rd attack of their turn. So you do not want to run this unit in first position. And then all allies key plus 1 attack and defense 50% for 3 turns as the 3rd attacker of the turn. So you really want to make sure that this unit is going to be staying in the floater position, because you're able to boost up all your units, all allies. That's what I loved about this, is all allies, not a category. You can, like I said, you can just drop him in any team that he's on, and he's going to boost for key plus 1 and 50% for 3 turns. And again, if you're running him as a leader, you're going to get 2 of these boosts, right? So huge. Plus an additional attack defense 150% when attacking, plus an additional attack and defense 50% within the same turn with each attack performed, which could be a lot. And then attack 30% and chance of evading enemies attack 10% up to 30% within the same turn with each super attack performed. So if you can do 3 super attacks, you're going to have an 80% chance to dodge, and that's huge. Then finally, launches additional super attack when the character performs a super attack 3 or more times within that turn. So if you can get 3 super attacks off, then you're going to get a 4th one for free. It's like a buy 3 get 1 free right here. So you're going to do a lot of damage. You're going to have a lot of stat boost. You're going to have a lot of everything, and you support. This is why a lot of people are saying this is the best TUR ever, because it just does everything, and it's not going to age very badly because there's not much of a restrictions to it. Just only restrictions is the categories it's on. So anyway, you have an active skill here. Greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and disables enemy's action, and then can be activated after performing 3 or more super attacks, which is seemingly very easy to do. Link skills: Brainiacs, solid support, cold judgment, speedy retribution, shocking speed, master of magic, fierce battle. Not your best leader skills, but you do have a few that have some of these that can link up here. So again, this kit is amazing, and yeah, he just performs very, very well. And for a year-end Dokkan Festival exclusive, this is very good because we've had ones in the past that, you know, they're good for basically a second and they're obsolete because of the 10-year anniversary. I think this unit can hold up. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into the teams here. So the first team, again, remember you are running Glorio in a floater position. That's like, you have to do it. So, so Glorio in the floater position. So the first team I went through, I'm going to show you guys, is like 200% teams. So basically just running demonic power or a battle weights accelerated battle that has Dragonball Seekers, which really isn't many. It's a very limited additional 200% there. But once it opens up to 170, you do have a lot more options because of accelerated battle. Now, at 200%, these are kind of some of the major units that you can run here. So we went with the rotation of Beast Gohan, Family Kamehameha Gohan, the Daima Goku, and then you have Tech Ultimate Gohan, which again, he gets boosted up quite a bit and he links up very well with Glorio. And then I just use the Ultimate Gohan as a support. You can run different support units on here, but I think that's kind of the better one. But if you're doing like hard endgame content, you already have 2 support units in terms of Glorio, so you can just run somebody else. Like you can run LROP, you can run back on this team here because he's going to get boosted on there. You can run Abu, you can run the currently temporary boosted AGL Gohan. The funny thing is, you know, Daima doesn't really feature Gohan a lot, but Gohan is definitely present on Glorio's team. So so this is one of the teams you can run. So more or less all superclass units on there. Again, you can kind of mix things up here and have the OG ridiculous 1-2 punch in terms of a rotation in Beast Gohan and LROP. LROP just doesn't do enough damage, but with the additional 50% to attack, defense, support with Glorio for the 3 turns, and since we have 2 of them, it's just going to help everybody, period, here. And then I just went ahead and moved the Gohan Kamehameha down to the 2nd position with the Daima Goku. So not a big change there. Something else I did was like, okay, this is run all Gohans. Run all Gohans here, even though we haven't even seen them in Daima yet. So not a spoiler there, but yeah, we have not seen Gohan in Daima. Possibly we will, because this team in of itself is supporting us. I do have a theory about Gohan showing up in the future in Daima, but I'll save that for other discussions on here. But again, you can run a full Gohan team comparable to these other ones here. So switching things up, so instead of running a main rotation of all superclass, you can run extreme class units on here, particularly with a Buu Saga on here. Now, I was trying to mess around with Lord Slug on here. It can be problematic with Lord Slug, so you just have to watch out if you're making certain adjustments, because if you are, going to do kind of a mix up between super and extreme class. You just got to make sure there's less restrictions on certain units on there. But let's say you want to just go all out boo. You can go all out boo here. And as of when I'm recording this video here, we are assuming that this Kid Boo is going to EZA. And if he does, maybe swap him out or change things up here. If this Boo EZAs, hopefully it can fill in one of these spots here and be very, very good. So that's what we're hoping for in terms of a future EZA on here. But you can run a full Boo team with Glorio as support, and in this case a triple support if you're going to run the support Kid Boo as well. Another team that you can run here is a Lord Slug with a Janemba rotation. Then I have Buhan here as kind of a support. It's not ideal, but it can still work on certain content. But one of the biggest issues is really Glorio as a superclass unit. You're better off running superclass units on here than extreme class, but you can have a mix of the two. So finally, when you go 170, is this 170 or is this 200? Oh, okay, so I did switch things up here to 170 extreme class. That's why you have the LR Janemba on here. He should have a down arrow. So let me change that here. Down arrow. There we go. So I believe he's on what accelerated battle only, not Dragonball Seeker. So he gets 170 here on here. So on here is the same thing. I need to put a down arrow here as well. So when you're running Gokus, it's only at 170%, but you can put Tech UI Goku on here, and you can put in the AGL MUI Goku as well. So of course I do have this guy in first or second position because he does get boosted on here. I wouldn't float the Super Saiyan Goku Daima Mini anywhere. I just either first or second position is where I would put him. So oh yeah, I do actually have one more kind of fun team that you can run. You can run a full Turtle Skull team, and you can have Master Roshi, because I believe he's on Accelerated Battle or Battle with one of the two. So so he supports all Turtle Skull, so he'll just support with all the Gokus that are on here, and these are the kind of units that you can run. Now you could bring in the EZA Goku here, but he is limited. You have to make sure that you are running another Majin Buu Saga on the same turn. So that's why you can bring in AGL Goku here. And again, when we start talking about possible EZAs, this guy could possibly EZA as well, along with the Kid Buu. And if he does, he can probably take this spot here, and it's going to look very, very, very strong. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, you can run this Master Roshi Turtle Skull supported team with Master Roshi on there, and it could be a fun combination. But again, all in all, Glorio is just going to be your support slash huge damage dealer as well. The problem is he is only a support, not on main. On a main, I guess you could run him on a main, but not being able to support is just not worth not running him to get this key +1 attack defense 50%. So I guess if you don't need it and you just run him in the sec position here, I guess that's fine. So, but all in all, those are the fun teams that we can build out here. Again, I mentioned the teams that he can be on: Dragon Ball Seekers, Battle of Wits, Heavenly Events, Accelerated Battle, Demonic Power. He just drop him in, and he is going to do quite well. I was thinking about like Battle of Wits because you have LROP, and then you have the STR-LR Super Vegito as Battle of Wits leaders, and he can make those teams incredibly stronger. So interesting to say the least, but Glorio is amazing. He is glorious Glorio. And let me know about the team builds. Do you have anything else that you would prefer running? So hopefully you guys benefited from this video. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We will catch you next time. Later.